Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class today. So we are going to take on fall prevention today. So we're going to spend our entire class working on doing activities, exercises, yoga poses that will help us reduce our risk of falls, right? Which is a fabulous thing, which means we're going to be working quite a bit on balance. So you're going to need a chair for your class and your yoga mat. Now, I want to say two things up front with today's class. We're going to primarily be working on balance, which means it's going to be a challenge for your body to do that. Use walls, use even two chairs if you need to, so that you always have something to be able to place a hand support on while we do class, because it's fall prevention class, not allowing yourself to actually lose your balance sufficiently enough that hopefully nothing significant happens other than when we get down to the floor for the end of class. So with that being said, have yourself a seat in the whatever, have yourself a seat in the chair. And we're just going to start with a quick little spinal opener before we get working on our fall prevention. So have the front half of the chair being used, have it so about half of your leg bone is off the chair. And then once you have yourself in that position, make sure your feet are flat on the floor and they're about hip distance, 2 fists or something between your big toes. Once you have yourself in that position, give yourself the opportunity here to kind of sacral sit or slump all the way back so you can feel that end range of flexion of your pelvis and your lumbar spine. And then allow yourself to do the exact opposite and roll your pelvis all the way forward, arch your back and lift your chest up. You may even feel some tensions and tightnesses there in either direction. All right. So slump on back again, go through the motion. Try not to go into an area of pain though, and then roll all the way forward, arch up nice and tall, and then find yourself somewhere in the middle for a second. Okay, now that you're in the middle, we're going to add breathing to that slumping and that sitting up tall positioning. So we're going to start with rolling our pelvis forward and arching our back first. So take a nice deep inhale into your belly, roll your pelvis forward, lift your spine up, maybe even lengthen up and gaze at the ceiling. Then as you exhale, gently slump back, roll through the pelvis, curl that rib cage down, and then gaze down and look into your belly button. 2 more times. Inhale, rolling up forward, lengthening up through that spine. And then exhale, curling under, really allowing that rib cage to come down towards that pelvis and chin to chest gaze into the belly button. One final time here. Inhaling, rolling all the way up. And then exhaling and curling all the way down. Now feel as you curl that everything rolls back behind you. If you've got any sort of disc issues in your back or nerve tensions in your back, that may not feel comfortable. So roll yourself back up to that center position. And then we're going to do one stretch through our low back where our rib cage comes up and over our pelvis rather than letting our pelvis roll backward. So just take an opportunity here to take your feet a little bit wider than the legs of the chair. Hands can be on the legs, and then gently allow yourself to lengthen the back of your neck and bring your chin to the chest. And then imagine the rib cage slowly, segment by segment, bending forward. As you begin to bring that entire rib cage in front of the pelvis, you'll feel the weight onto the arms. When your shoulders get somewhere near your knees, allow yourself to let your neck be really long, gazing behind the chair, and then gently bring your hands downward towards the floor for a second. Now, in this position, take a slow, deep inhale into your belly and exhale out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhale out. Now let's wake up those back spinal muscles here. So push your feet into the floor and start at that tailbone, and segment by segment as the abdomen goes in, start to curl the spine upward, really making all of those spinal muscles begin to wake up, before we get up into standing and work on our balance. Shoulder blades are back and down, neck is long and chin is tucked in. Very nice. Slowly turn yourself to the right. Just drop your right leg down for a second. Tuck your tailbone under. So take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Feel that gentle stretching through the front of your hip for a second. Allowing yourself there to take a nice deep inhale and an exhale. One more breath. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And then slowly moving everything to the right, dropping that left knee down, having the knee underneath that hip, tucking that tailbone again. So take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Feel a gentle stretch through the front of your hip. And then allow yourself to do a nice deep inhale here. And exhaling out. Nice deep inhale here. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Take the back hand and place it on the back of your chair. Use that left leg, that back leg, and that front leg, rib cage, bring it all the way over that front leg. Take a nice deep inhale here, and on the exhale, push yourself up into a standing position. You've got it. Okay, so we are in standing, which is where we're going to be for the majority of class, except for to take a couple of sitting breaks. So here's what I would advise you to do. Have one chair, have two chairs, figure out what works really good for you. But what we're going to be working on doing are lots of things to challenge our balance and therefore hopefully prevent falls. So you can have two on each side, you can have a wall behind you, whatever you want to do. Now, before we start working on that, how about we assess what your balance looks like today? So maybe this isn't a class that you necessarily need. You don't know unless you check your balance and see where you are. Here's what we know. We know that if you can hold single-legged balance for 10 seconds, chances are your balance is fair to good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin class checking in with your balance and seeing what you've got to start with. And then if you cannot hold that 10 seconds, maybe this is something that you need to be working on more frequently for your exercise or activity level. So allow yourself to take one or your two hands, whichever you prefer, and place them gently on whatever you're using for balance. We're going to start with our right leg here. So allow yourself to kind of lift the right toes for a second, spread them, and then place them back down on the floor. Allow yourself to lock the right knee and then soften the right knee. And then make sure you feel like the weight is on your entire right foot. So that means the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, and the inside and the outside of the heel. Once you have that, gently lift the left leg forward off the floor so that you're bringing your knee up into a lift. All right, now let's check in and test our balance. So simply, if you can, lift your hand off the chair. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left leg back down. Could you hold it the whole time, or did you have to touch the chair? Where is your leg strength, your trunk strength, and your flexibility relative to your balance today? All right, let's check it on the left side. So lift those left toes up, spread those left toes out. Place the weight into the big toe on the left foot, the little toe on the left foot, and the inside and the outside of the heel. Take a minute to lock your left knee out to know that's not where you want to be. And then gently soften your knee and get all of the weight directly over the center of the arch of that left foot. Then when you feel like you're ready, hold onto your balancing surface and bring a single knee lift up with the right leg. Once you're there, let's begin by gently taking the hand off of the chair. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did you do with your left leg balance? So preventing falls means we have to be able to have that good strength and flexibility and control of our trunk on both sides. All right, so let's begin working on, if you didn't have your 10 seconds, exercises and activities that can help you. So the very first thing we're going to begin with is calf strengthening. So have your feet hip distance apart. You can, by all means, face towards the chair if you feel like you want to, but the chair is only being used to aid your balance, not to weight shift your body on. So be careful you're not putting too much weight onto the chair if you have it in front of you. All right, now that your feet are hip distance, check in that your heels are out enough that the outside of your feet line up with the top and the bottom of your yoga mat. And we are ready to begin. So allow yourself to shift the weight to the center of the arch of both of your feet. Spread your toes, feel the weight on the big toe ball and the little toe ball of your foot. Go to your abdomen for a second, take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, harden through your abdomen. All right, we are going to do 10 heel raises with both legs together. So take an inhale and lift as high up on your tippy toes as you can. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. 1, inhaling, exhaling. 2, holding on, not holding on, whichever you prefer. Inhaling, exhaling. 3, inhaling, exhaling. 4, make sure you're moving with that whole breath. Inhale, exhale. 5, inhale, exhale. 6, inhale, exhale. 7, inhale, exhale. 8, 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. 9, and finally inhaling and exhaling. 10. Very nice. If you're not turned towards the chair, allow yourself to take your body, turn your feet towards the chair, place your hands on the back of the arm of the backrest of your chair. Simply take your right leg back. Once you have your right leg back, turn the right heel out so the outside of the right leg lines up with the outside of your yoga mat. Bend your left knee, straighten your right knee, take a nice deep inhale here, and on the exhale, push that right heel down into the floor. Nice, good stretch through that calf that you just worked on strengthening. Holding here, making sure you've got a nice strong abdominal muscles, lengthening your neck, settling your chin, gazing at your chair. Take a nice slow deep inhale in and exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhaling in and exhaling out. Very nice. Stepping the right foot forward, stepping the left leg backwards. You're going 2 to 3 feet back there, lining the outside of the foot up with outside of the right mat. Once you have yourself there, left mat, sorry. Once you have yourself there, right knee, stack it on top of that right foot. Straighten that left knee. Take a nice deep inhale here. And on the exhale, push that left heel down into your yoga mat. Gazing forward to your chair, bracing through your abdominal, shoulder blades are back and down, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, deep inhale here, and exhaling out. And nice deep inhale in, and exhaling out. Very nice. Stepping that left foot forward. And now we're moving on to our next balance activity. So place you and the chair wherever you need to do. But our first activity is going to be that single-legged knee lift we already did to test our balance. So what I would encourage you to do is to either face the chair or have the chair on the opposite side of the leg that you're going to be keeping on the ground. So if you're lifting your left leg, the chair is on the left side. If you're lifting the right leg, the chair will be on your right side. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do 2 different exercises on each leg and then switch sides. So in this position, we're starting with the right leg on the floor first. Lift the toes, spread the toes, place the toes back on the floor. Feel the weight on the on the big toe ball, little toe ball, inside, outside of your heel. Soften your knee. Now, in this position, Take the left knee, bring the left knee up so that the knee is in line with your hip. Take your toes on the left foot and bring them up. Take your right hand, place your right hand onto your left thigh, and gently think about arm wrestling. Gently push the thigh into the hand into the thigh, holding right there. Can you let go of your chair? Take an inhale and an exhale, and an inhale and an exhale. Hand back to the chair, slowly lowering the left foot to the floor. Doing some circles with that right if you need to. And then we're staying on balancing on that right leg. So this time, do the same thing. Lift the toes, spread the toes, ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, feel the heel, soften the knee. You got what you're doing. All right, so this time what you're doing is you're again lifting that left knee up so that it's at the height of the hip. Now we're adding rotation to the left leg here. So think about keeping your pelvis forward, but rotate your leg outward. Once you feel like you've got yourself in that position, hold it there. Take a nice deep inhale and an exhale. Nice deep inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Unrotate the leg and drop that left leg down. Very, very nice. Okay, now simply you can do a 180. I am just gently going to take my chair and bring my chair to the opposite side so I can do those two exercises on the left leg. So we're starting with the knee lift first. So first and foremost, pick the toes up, spread the toes out, drop the left big toe down so that you feel the ball weight. Pinky toe, feel the ball weight inside, outside of the heel. Soften the knee. So make sure your knee is not locked out. Hand for support as you need it. Right knee, lift the leg up so that the knee is approximately at hip height. Left hand, place it onto that right thigh, gently pushing the left hand into the right thigh, the right hand into the left hand, right thigh into the left hand, however you want to do that. Now, as you begin that contraction, then try to lift the right hand off the chair. Take a deep inhale here. And exhaling. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release the right foot down to the floor, maybe some circles with that left ankle. And then placing the left foot back down. Lift the toes, spread the toes, drop the toes, ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, inside, outside heel. Soften the knee. Kind of sound like a broken record, don't I? All right. Once again, lift the right knee up, but keeping the pelvis forward, rotate that right leg out. Holding right there. Take a deep inhale in. Exhaling out. I almost lost my balance that time. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Unrotate that right leg. Bring that right leg down. You got it. Okay, now for this next balance exercise, I want you to have the chair so that you're facing the chair. So have it that you have both hands touching the backrest of the chair. Doesn't matter if you're facing to your right or facing to the left. Whatever works well for you works well for me. But we're going to be working on what is a single leg squat. So yes, it is as difficult as it sounds. So we're going to start with the right leg. Lift the toes up, spread the toes out, place the toes down. Feel the weight into the balls of the toe, of the big and little, inside, outside of heel, soften your knee. So what you're going to work on doing is lifting the left knee up again until you're in that knee lift at hip height. With the right leg, this is where holding on with two hands will be helpful. You're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, gently bend the knee about 2 or 3 inches on the right side. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, bend the knee. You got it. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten it. Can you do 2 more times? Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten, and drop that left foot down to the floor. All right, let's do that on the other side. So quadricep strength obviously is essential to balance. So all we're doing is combining a balance exercise with a little bit of quadricep training. So left foot, lift the toes, spread the toes, weight into the balls of the big and little, inside out heel, soften your knee. Right knee up to the height of the hip. All right, so here we go. Holding on for balance with both hands if you really need it. Depends on how weak your quadriceps are, okay? Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend that knee a little bit. Inhale, straighten that knee. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhaling, straighten 5 times, just like on the right. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhaling, straighten. One more time. Exhaling, bend. Inhaling, straighten. And exhaling, bend. Inhale, and then drop the right foot down to the floor. I think we may have actually done 6 on that side. Oh, well. C'est la vie. Okay. Now, once we've done that, let's go to a true yoga asana called tree pose. So there's 3 options for your tree pose, and you can stay facing your chair if you want. I just have mine to the side so it's not in the way of you seeing what I'm doing. But what I want you to do to begin is I want you to take your big toes and touch your big toes together, and then look at the outside of your feet and line the outside of your feet up with the top and the bottom of your mat. Okay, now that you've done that, option number 1 for tree pose is simply to take the right leg, rotate the leg, right? So we already did a knee lift with rotation. You're just rotating the leg and placing the right heel on the arch of the left foot. So that might be your tree pose today. Option number 2, take the right foot and place it up on the inside of the left calf. So the pelvis is pointed forward, but the leg is rotated outward. Finally, option number 3 would be to take the foot up to the inside of the inner thigh muscles on the left leg. Pelvis is still pointed forward. Once you're there and you feel ready, maybe be a real tree and allow yourself to lift your arms up. Taking a deep inhale here and exhale. One more time. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, dropping the hands, dropping that right foot down, taking the toes and bringing them together again. Once you have those big toes together, line up the feet so that the heels are not together. So the outside of the feet line up with the top and the bottom of the mat. And then we're doing the tree pose on the right side this time. So simply take the left heel and place it up onto the arch of the right foot. Option number 1. The easiest. So it might be just that you're standing here doing your tree pose. Option number 2 is to take that foot and bring it up onto the arch of the inside of the right calf. And finally, option number 3 is to take that foot and bring it up into the arch of the inside of the right inner thigh. Wherever you are today, allow yourself to make sure you feel the weight completely through the right foot, not just the heel. And then allow yourself to try to grow your arms in a tree. Take a deep inhale in, exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale in. Exhaling out, drop the arms down, drop the foot down. Allow yourself to take your chair for a minute and place it on your yoga mat so that you're going to sit and do a quick little opening of that low back. So oftentimes when we do a lot of balance exercises in standing, if our pelvis and our rib cage are not in a neutral position, we can really tighten up through our back muscles. So let's go back to that gentle forward bend in sitting and open up through those back muscles again. And then we will get right back to our balance exercises. So take your feet again, wider than the width of the chair today. Allow yourself to make sure that you're beginning your rib cage on top of your pelvis. And then it's a sequential forward bend. So don't let your pelvis sit back into a slump. So allow yourself to gently lengthen the back of your neck. Chin comes to the chest, slowly curling the rib cage down. Once the shoulders get somewhere near the knees, keep dropping that neck so you're gazing back behind you. Once again, lower those hands down to the floor. Now, if you were overusing your low back a lot, doing those balance exercises right now, this feels really, really good to do. So keep that neck long, keep that chin tucked into your chest. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And an exhale out.
Deep inhale into your belly. And an exhale out. Push into those feet, start to strengthen those back muscles, tuck that tailbone under and pull that abdomen up and into that spine as you sequentially curl one segment at a time and come all the way back up. Shoulder blades are back, lengthen the neck, settle the chin. Give yourself a moment here to recalibrate if being upside down gives you any bit of dizziness or anything like that. Okay, so before we get back up into standing, let's do one more quick little opening through those hip flexors like we did at the beginning. But let's start with the left one first. So turn yourself to the right. Drop that left knee straight down to the floor. Toes are under if you can do that. Allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Open up again through those muscles that tend to be really tight in the front of your hips. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Release the tension and simply do a 180 as you turn to the opposite side of your chair, dropping that right knee vertical down to underneath the hip. Toes are turned under. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Stretch through those hip flexors again. Taking a deep inhale here and exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale in and exhaling out. Beautiful. Release the tension of the tuck of your pelvis. Stay right here. Take the left hand to the back side of the chair. Take your entire rib cage, lean it up and over that left leg. Yep, you got it. Quad strength again. Using both legs, nice deep inhale, exhale, push as you lift yourself back up into a standing position, stepping yourself forward, allowing yourself now to take your chair and place your chair to the side of your yoga mat so that you'll have it for balance if you need it, but it's not actually on your yoga mat. Now, I have a wall behind me, so I'm just going to simply move my chair out of the way. And what I want you to do is I want you to begin at either the top or the bottom of your yoga mat. So we're going to do multiple, what is called tandem Romberg steps. In the physical therapy world, that's what we call it. In the yoga world and exercise world, it's called tightrope. But just imagine, if you could, a 1 to 2 inch line straight down the center of your yoga mat. Take your left foot, line it up on that imaginary line. Use your chair for balance if you need it. Take that right foot, and can you place that right foot directly in front of that left foot? All right, now that you have yourself in that position, allow yourself to lengthen your neck, have that rib cage on top of that pelvis, gaze down at the top front of your mat. So you're looking about 4 feet away from you. Your balance is probably already challenged, but take an inhale, shift your weight onto your right leg. And then as you exhale, step the left foot in front of the right. Holding here. Take an inhale, shift the weight onto the left foot. As you exhale, step the right foot in front of the left. Inhale, shift the weight onto the right foot. Exhale, step the left foot in front of the right. You get the idea, right? Inhale, shift the weight onto the left foot. Exhale, step the right foot over. One more time. Inhale, shift the weight onto the right foot. Exhale, step the left foot in front. You have it. Slowly turn yourself 180 degrees. And let's do that all over again, starting with the opposite foot behind us. So start with the left foot behind you in that center line of your yoga mat. When you feel like you're ready, begin to take the left foot in front. So just work on staying here a couple seconds as you challenge your balance. All right, so here we go. Take that inhale and shift the weight onto that left foot. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhaling, shift the weight onto the right foot. You're gazing forward. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, weight shift onto that left leg. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, weight shift onto the right leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Final one here. Inhale, weight shift onto the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Beautiful job. So how did you do with your tightrope or your tandem Romberg exercises, which is what it's oftentimes called? Could you do that 10 times like we just did? Or did you find that you were constantly losing your balance side to side or needed something extra for balance, right? That's what we're doing today. We're preventing those falls from happening. Okay, so get that chair back somewhere that you can hold onto it. Get back to the center of your mat. We've done already a little bit of calf strengthening, already a bit of quadricep strengthening. Now we need to do a little bit of hip strengthening. So we'll start with the right leg. I'm going to move my chair over to the right side of me. Once you've got your right leg somewhere near the center of your mat, lift those toes, spread those toes out, drop those toes down, put the weight into the ball of the big toe and the little toe, soften the knee. So we're going to do star pose here, also known as extended arms and legs, but we'll do it in a way that you can really feel the strengthening through that right hip. So again, we strengthen the calf muscles and ankles first. We did the knee, the quadricep second. Now we're doing the hip muscles. So in this position, allow yourself to gently let your left leg come out to the side. Not a gigantic movement, but enough that it feels like that left foot is off the floor. Then the left shoulder, side bend to stack the left shoulder on top of the right leg. So if you can imagine a vertical line up that right leg, it lines up with that left shoulder. All right, make sure that your abdominals are nice and engaged here. Left arm up into the air. And can you do your full star pose and take your right arm and extend it out to the side? Take a deep inhale here and an exhale. One more time, nice deep inhale and an exhale, dropping the hands down, dropping the legs down, either moving your chair or just doing a 180. And let's repeat that on the other side. So lifting those left toes up, spreading those toes out, placing them down, weight onto the ball of the big toe, little toe, inside, outside of the heel, soften the knee. Now keeping the hand for balance before you get all of the alignment cues of the balance exercise. Start with abducting or simply letting your right leg come out to the side. And once you have that, right shoulder, side bend or abduct through the left leg until that shoulder is perfectly underneath that left leg. Right arm up to the side. Once you have yourself there, add the final piece, left arm out to the side. Take a deep inhale here and exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale. And exhaling, dropping the arms down, dropping that leg down. You've got it. Okay, so we are going to work on engaging through our gluteal muscles and also adding our back muscles this time. So just allow yourself to face your chair. Once you're facing your chair, walk away enough away from the chair that you can gently hip hinge from your hips. Let your knees be nice and softly bent and just place your hands on the chair. Now, you don't have full weight bearing on your hands here. The majority of the weight is still through your feet, but I want you to be able to feel that both hands are engaged on the backside of that chair. So we're doing kind of like a modification of a bird dog pose here. So let's start with getting a nice strong core engagement. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, tighten through your abdominals. Lift the toes on the right foot, spread the toes on the right foot. Make sure you feel like you've got weight into the front of that foot. Make sure the knees are softly bent. Staying right here. Slide the left leg behind you until the toes almost begin to lift off the floor. When you get to that point, gently lift the toes off the floor. So if you could imagine yourself from the side, the leg is lining up with that trunk. So you're getting nice, good extension, but you're not deeply extending into your back. Now, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze down at your chair, pushing down into that right leg. Can you now take that right arm and reach it forward? All right, so in this position, as you're reaching that arm forward, lengthening through that left leg, you might feel some good shaking happening. You are challenging your balance. Can you take a deep inhale and exhale? One more, nice deep inhale. And exhaling, drop the right hand back to the chair, lower the left foot down. Weight shift onto the left foot. Open those toes, spread them as you lift them, lower them, weight into the balls of the big and the little toe, inside, outside of heel. Knees should already be bent since you're in a hip hinge position. Weight is on both arms right now. Take the right leg, slide the right leg back until the tippy toes are just touching the floor. Then, nice strong abdominal brace. Lift the leg up to line up with your body. You've got it. Now really push through that left leg to lengthen yourself up so that you're not shearing your pelvis off to the side or anything. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin down to your chair. Left hand, inhale, rise it forward so that you're in that opposing. Lots of strengthening through your glutes, your quads, your ankles, your back, your core, everything here. Taking a deep inhale in and exhaling out. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out, dropping that left hand down, dropping that right foot down. You're in a hinge, so push into your feet and squeeze as you bring yourself back to an upright position. All right, couple more balance exercises in standing, and then I promise we'll be down to the floor. So the next one we are going to do is Warrior 3. So a true yoga pose. It's going to look very similar to what we just did, but we're going to be challenging a little bit more of our hamstring flexibility here. So you're still facing the chair. Your hands are still on the chair, but this time walk yourself back until you feel in your hip hinge that there's a little bit of tension in the back of your hamstrings. So you're further away from your chair this time versus that very first exercise we did with the one that we just did. So lift the right toes, spread the right toes, put the toes down, feel the weight into the balls of the big and little. Soften the knees, don't have your knees locked out. In this position, slide the left leg back. Now, really push into your right leg, feel that length through your body. Then lift that left leg up. Can you get yourself so that you're in a perfect T formation, also known as Warrior 3? Make sure that your pelvis hasn't rotated open. Oop, I just hit my plant. Make sure that your pelvis hasn't rotated open. Lengthen your neck and gaze straight down at your floor. If you so incline, you can add the right arm straight out. So this is a modification of that bird dog that's a little bit harder. If you want to be really crazy, you can add both arms out to do what you feel. Hold here. Give me a deep inhale. Push through that right foot. Exhaling. And one more time. Nice deep inhaling. And exhaling, dropping the right hand down, dropping the left leg down. So shift the weight to the left leg, lift the toes, spread the toes, weight into the ball of the big toe and the little toe inside, outside of the heel. Keep those knees nice and soft. Your body's further away from that chair, so a little bit more difficulty for balance and more strengthening happening. Slide the right leg behind you first. Then when you're ready, begin to lift that right leg. Can you get that leg perfectly in alignment with your trunk without your pelvis rotating up or down? Push deeply into that left leg. Can you lift that left arm up, gazing straight down as your neck is long? Let's take a nice deep inhale here and exhale. Nice deep inhale in and exhale, dropping the left hand down, dropping the right foot down, slowly walking yourself to the chair. One more balance exercise. Now, this one is a challenge because we're getting rid of our eyes. So I will tell you, only do this if you feel like your balance has been fair to good for the exercises you've done thus far. If not, you might just want to keep your eyes open and just do a repeat of the exercises we've already done. So we're going to go back to doing that knee lift exercise, but with closing our eyes. So have your feet hip distance. Once you have your feet hip distance, Allow yourself to lift the toes, spread the toes. You get the drill. Weight into the big toe, little toe, arch of the foot, inside, outside of the heel. Soften that right knee because that's the one that we're going to be weight bearing on first. Hand for support. Keep the hand for support today. Then slowly lift the left knee up. So you're in that single leg left knee lift. Toes are pointed up. Right arm is out to the side of the body. Now, it is sometimes helpful to bring your arm straight out since you are really going to be challenging your balance this time along. In this position, if you feel comfortable with it, keeping balancing first with your hands supported, close your eyes. All right, so this might be where you are, but maybe, just maybe, you try lifting your fingertips up and off of that chair to really challenge your balance. Whoop, there I went. All right, so keep working on that. Can you do single-legged balance with your eyes closed? You may just be keeping your eyes open right now, and that's okay. Can you give me one nice inhale and an exhale, and then open your eyes, drop that left leg down. Okay, shift the weight to the left foot, lift the toes, spread the toes, weight into the ball and big toe, and little toe, weight into inside, outside of heel, soften the knee. Hand support wherever you want it. Right knee, bring the right leg up. Again, once you have your knee lift, you may want to bring one arm out to the side of your body, both arms out to the side of the body, whatever feels good to you. But can you challenge yourself to close your eyes? Taking vision out of the equation, so you're relying completely on your vestibular system and your joints and your strength of your muscles. Play with touching and not touching as you're in that position. How can you do? And then allow yourself to take a nice, slow, deep inhale and an exhale. And then opening the eyes, dropping the leg and the arm down. All right, so we've done lots of exercises to really help us prevent falls today. Finally, let's make it down to the mat so that we can do a couple more exercises to really strengthen through that trunk, because that's the missing piece for so many people. So just slowly take your chair and move your chair off to the side. We are officially done with our chair, unless you need your chair to get down to the floor. Once you've done that, allow yourself to go into a nice simple stride stance, and then slowly lowering down on the back knee, placing yourself down onto your hands and knees, hands onto the floor. Take your time. Then once you're there, slowly opening up through those hips and backs again, drop the sit bones towards the heels. Can you make sure that your knees are hip distance? And if you gaze back, your feet also match that. And then gently bring yourself into a child's pose to stretch open for a bit. So belly to thigh, chest to knees, crown of the head to the floor, gazing straight back. Oh, let's do a couple of nice deep inhales and exhales here. So deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. All right, now bring yourself up into hands and knees. So as you bring yourself up into hands and knees, let's just do a couple cat-cows to open up a little bit more through that spine, like we did in sitting at the beginning of class. Check in that your wrists and your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. And then allow yourself here to take an inhale and sink the belly and lift the tailbone, shoulder blades back and down, lengthen the neck and gaze upward. And then as you exhale, pull that belly up and in, curl that tailbone under, spread to those shoulder blades, chin to chest, gaze into your belly button. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling, sinking down into your cow pose. And exhaling, curling up into your cat pose. And one more time. Inhaling, sinking down. And exhaling, curling up and curling up. Oh boy, that feels so good. And then find yourself back onto that tabletop neutral position. Now, maybe for you, that warrior 3 in standing was impossible. Maybe even that bird dog in standing was impossible. So if it was, this is a really, really good place to work on your balance and challenge your trunk strength. So we're going to do the same type of exercise, but now we're a whole bunch closer to the floor. So in this position, spread through your shoulder blades, lengthen your neck, chin towards your chest, gazing straight down between your thumbs. Allow yourself here to take your left leg and slide your left leg out behind you. All right, now brace through your abdominals, make sure that your pelvis doesn't rotate. And then allow yourself to take an inhale and lift the left leg up a little bit. Very good. Now with the right arm, can you lengthen the right arm in front of you? Holding this position, taking a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Are you bracing through your abdominals? Nice deep inhale in and exhaling out, dropping that right hand down, dropping that left knee down, shifting onto the left knee and keeping that tabletop, sliding that right leg out. Get a nice good brace through that abdominal area so the spine does not move at all. Pushing through the shoulder blades, lengthen the neck, settle the chin, gaze between the thumbs. Take that inhale, lifting that right leg up. Then with the left arm, reaching it out so that you've got that nice good balance challenge here, taking a deep inhale in and an exhale out. Nice, slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out, placing the left hand down, sliding that right knee in, sitting the sit bones towards the heels. This time, walk the hands nice and far. Let's get a nice good stretch to that trunk this time. Allowing yourself to get that stretching through both of those latissimus muscles, crown of the head coming towards the floor, taking a nice deep inhale into your belly here, and exhaling out. One more time, nice slow deep inhale. And exhaling out. Gently walking your hands back underneath your shoulders, pushing yourself up, allowing yourself to turn over to your left or your right side, and gently coming down onto your mat, rolling over onto your back. And once you find yourself in this position, getting a little bit more strength through that trunk, which we know is one of the main reasons a lot of us lose our balance. So take your right knee up to your chest. Hold it with both hands. Take a nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, pull that knee to your chest. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhaling out. Left knee, left hand, bring that left knee up to your chest. Taking a nice deep inhale here. Exhaling, pulling that knee to the chest to join that right one. Deep inhale into the belly here. And exhaling out. And then slowly taking the knees away from the chest. Now you want the knees still in front of the hips. You don't want them so far away that they're no longer stacked. You want them in front of the hips slightly. Drop the heels down, point the toes up. Take the hands to the front of the thighs, lengthen the neck, settle the chin, drop that rib cage down. Take a nice deep inhale here, and as you exhale, begin to gently push the hands into the knees into the hands. Lifting those leg bones up towards the ceiling is what you're thinking about doing. Taking a deep inhale here and an exhale. Nice deep inhale in and an exhale. One more deep inhale in and exhale, and then gently bringing both knees back to your chest. Deep inhale into the belly and exhaling here. Very nice. Slowly dropping the right foot to the floor, keeping the left knee to the chest, hands around the shin bone on that left knee. Now we are going to try to do a single leg bridge. So very good for us to do if we cannot do those balance exercises in standing because it's just too much. We lose our balance. This might be somewhere for you to really gain that lower leg strength that you need through your hamstrings and glutes to help your balance. So see if you can do this. Just try to challenge yourself today. So as you have your right foot placed on the floor, Left knee is just gently to your chest. Don't aggressively pull it to your chest. You're just supporting that left leg. Can you tighten and harden through your abdominal muscles? And then can you take an inhale and push your right foot into the floor and lift the pelvis up? Can you do that? Squeezing through the glutes here. The left knee to the chest is helping you not be in your low back. Take a deep inhale in and exhaling out. One more breath, I promise. Deep inhale in and exhaling out, dropping that hip back, pelvis back to the floor, releasing that left knee to your chest, taking that right knee up, having those hands around that shin bone. Again, not forcing the knee to the chest, just supporting it so that you're not going to allow your back to go into too much extension. And repeating this on the left side. So allow yourself to check in that you're doing a nice, good bracing, hardening through your abdominals first. The trunk wants to stay stable here. And then taking an inhale, push into the left leg and lift that pelvis up and holding this as you squeeze through your glutes. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. One more breath, deep inhale in. And exhaling out, gently dropping the pelvis down to the floor, and left knee comes back up to the chest. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull both of those knees to your chest. Maybe this is a good opportunity to give a little rock and roll to those back and pelvic muscles that you've been using so beautifully for your balance exercises today. All right, so take the left foot, place it back down to the floor and slide the left leg completely straight down on your mat. Take your hands to the underside of your right knee. Nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Take your toes and point them up on both legs. Lengthening your neck, settling your chin. Moving that right knee, but keeping the knee to the chest. Take an inhale and straighten that knee up, opening up through those hamstrings that may not have liked you with that single-legged bridge. Exhale, relaxing down. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhaling and straightening. Exhaling and relaxing. Inhaling, straightening. Exhaling, relaxing. 2 more times. Nice deep inhale, straightening through that leg. Exhaling and relaxing. And inhaling and straightening. And exhaling and relaxing. Very nice. Slide that left foot flat on your mat. As you bend your knee, release the right foot to the floor. Take the left knee to the chest, holding the knee to the chest, right leg, slide the leg straight down onto the mat. Bring your hands to the underside of that left knee. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Toes, point them up on both legs. Let's do that lengthening through the left side here. So inhaling, straightening through that left leg, exhaling and relaxing. Inhaling, straightening 5 times, just like we did on the right. Exhaling and relaxing, keeping that knee towards your chest as you straighten it. Inhaling and exhaling. And 2 more times. Nice deep inhale in. Exhaling out and inhaling and straightening and exhaling and relaxing. Very nice. Now simply take that left foot, place it onto your right thigh. Right hand, grab that left knee, left hand out to the side of your body. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, spinal twist as you pull that left knee to the right. Feel that pelvis and that low back and that rib cage opening, keeping that left shoulder blade down. Allow yourself to lengthen through your neck, settle through your chin, and then turn that gaze towards that left side. Taking a nice deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. 1 more breath. Nice, slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Gently turning your gaze back to the center. Start to derotate from that shoulder blade on that left side all the way down until that pelvis is touching. And then unrotate that left knee. Place the left foot on the floor. Slide the right leg up, slide the left knee down, right foot comes onto that left thigh, left hand to that right knee, right hand out to the side of your body. Taking a nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, spinal twist, right knee to the left, feeling the opening through the pelvis and the low back and that rib cage, keeping that right shoulder blade down, lengthening through that neck, settling that chin, turning that gaze to the right side. Nice deep inhaling here and exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale in and exhaling out. Slowly bringing your head back to the center, de-rotating, starting at that right shoulder blade until that pelvis gets back down to the floor. Unrotate that hip, place the right foot on the floor, slide the left leg up, and then one more time, bring the knees to the chest, holding the hands around the shin bones, and just allow yourself to do circles with your ankles, maybe clockwise, counterclockwise, pick which direction you're doing first, and then circles in the other direction. And then when you're ready, relaxing your circles, dropping one foot to the floor, followed by the other. Keep your abdominals engaged until your legs are unloaded. Sliding the right leg to the right corner of the mat, the left leg to the left corner of the mat. Relaxing through the trunk of the pelvis, shoulder blades underneath you, arms out to the side of your body. Lengthening through your neck, settling your chin towards your throat. Resting your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And gently closing your eyes. So many balance exercises we did today. Maybe sometime later today, check in with that single leg balance and see if it's any more improved. And can you get to that 10-second goal, which we know correlates with a reduction of falls? Keeping your body nice and still. Just gently taking breaths in and out and just feeling that air move through your body. And then when you feel like you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And do circles again with those ankles and maybe some with those wrists. And then gently take the time to very slowly slide one leg up, followed by the other. And let yourself roll to your left or your right side. Rest there for a moment, maybe a breath or two. But when you feel like you're ready, and on an exhale, you're going to use your top hand and your bottom elbow and push yourself up into a seated position. Finding your legs in easy pose on your mat. Hands are to your heart. Smiles are on our faces. We did such a wonderful job today, hopefully preventing falls. Take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.